Patchwork. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today on Patchwork, we're going to get a little educational. As Legion draws to a close and Battle for Azeroth is on the horizon, it comes time once again for you to realize that you're probably going to need to play with other people at some point. And why wouldn't you? Blizzard has announced at least 10 new dungeons, there's new raids, and let's not forget about new PvP content and 2 new game modes, War Fronts and Island Expeditions. If you've played World of Warcraft for any amount of time or done anything with any other human being throughout the course of your life, you know that we are an incredibly frustrating species. On one hand, we have people who blitz through dungeons without any regard to their party. Then we have the people who are like stone and don't move at all, demanding that you wait for them, or just deliberately destructive to the group. Of course, let's not forget about the rudeness, blatant disrespect, and arrogance that's rather prevalent in MMORPGs. These things are usually more than enough to make most people not want to deal with pickup groups at all. And I don't blame you, these groups can be stressful, frustrating, and at the end of the day you wonder why you even bothered, which can lead to isolated gameplay where you experience the game completely alone. However, once you get to the endgame content and realize that you need other people to get the big items of the game, whether it be armor, weapons, mounts, pets, etc., etc., you're kind of stuck because you have no idea how to play with others. But don't worry, I'm here to help. Which is why today on Patchwork, I'm going to put on my teacher's hat. If I had one, I would totally be wearing it. I would teach the hell out of all of you. But we're going to have to deal with, non-hatted me. No, but seriously, I'm going to teach you how to play with random strangers without pulling your hair out. Before we go about solving this pesky problem of ours, we have to learn why it's so darn frustrating in the first place. First of all, we want different things from this game. Some of us want to explore and are here for the lore, some of us just want to power level as fast as possible, and we want the best items and the best gear that the game has to offer. Then there are those who accidentally clicked on World of Warcraft and don't know how to close it, and now they're stuck playing for all eternity. Plus, there's different levels of expertise when it comes to this game. You may have gone through this boss fight 100 times and know every mechanic to it by memory, and you can literally do this with your eyes closed. But there's this guy in your group who has no idea what's going on. He clearly hasn't done this fight before, and you're starting to wonder if he's ever even seen a computer. Another reason why playing with other random people is so frustrating is that fun is completely subjective. One man's fun is another man's trash, unless of course you think trash is fun, in which case you've ruined my analogy. But yeah, fun is purely subjective, and while you can't expect anyone else to respect this, it may help you to keep your cool. And that brings me to my next point. Most people either don't know, don't think about, or just flat out don't care about the things I just mentioned. So you should just totally act like a jerk too, right? Everyone else is doing it, why not you too? Because deep down inside, you know that that kind of behavior is destructive. What, are you going to ruin your enjoyment of the game because other people are being frustrating? And how do you expect anything to change if you aren't going to be the one to go, you know what, I have done this 1,000 times before, but maybe you haven't. So let me know if you need any help. Or, hey, maybe that guy has never touched a computer before. Or, hey, I'll babysit your kids for you if you feed me pizza. Alright, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. So, what can we do? I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to play with random strangers, hopefully without pulling your hair out. First tip, say hello. Whenever you first come into a group, say hi. It sounds simple, but it can make a big difference. You're probably not going to be lifelong friends with these people, but saying hello and even asking them how they're doing, it helps to break the ice, and it shows that you're acknowledging that you're playing with other people, that you're not just going to be on autopilot and completely disregard the other people in your group. Plus, it's polite. Give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? My second tip, understand differences in motivation. You need to understand and respect that we all have slightly different motivations for playing the game. The key is to find common elements within your motivation and the other person's without intruding on one another. One guy wants to explore the dungeon thoroughly because he loves the graphic design, he's an artist himself, but then there's you just want that rare 1% chance pet drop that you've been trying to get for what seems like years. You know, just let the guy explore and appreciate the artwork. It's not intruding on your quest to get that pet. Respect that it's enjoyable for him, but don't be afraid to assert politely that you find a different aspect of the game enjoyable. If you respect his motivations, they'll hopefully respect yours. My third tip is to accept that we know different stuff and admit your faults. In regards to differing levels of expertise, you may have to do something that's incredibly difficult for any of us. Admit when you don't know something. I get it. We all hate to admit when we don't know stuff, especially when it seems like common knowledge. Oh, so that's how brooms work. But by doing so, it can really make a huge difference. Which brings me to my fourth point, communicate. By keeping silent and messing up, you may end up frustrating other players in your group or have a dusty floor. If you just would have admitted that you don't know something, you might have completed the dungeon unscathed and had a nice clean floor too. Now, if you're on the other side of the fence, get over here. You don't live there, you're trespassing, and that's against the law. Now, if you find yourself with knowledge that others don't, teach them. Help them learn. Because if they don't know something and you made an effort to teach them, your experience will be all the more enjoyable. Which leads me to my fifth and final point, leave. No, not you, stay. Stay where you are. Now, this may seem counterintuitive, but just bear with me. Now, sometimes you do everything you can to have an enjoyable time. You teach others, admit your faults, understand that fun is subjective, and respect the other members of your group. If you do all of that and you're still met with an impenetrable wall of sock, just leave the group. Seriously, don't resort to insults and don't do it in a way that's going to screw people over. Like, don't pull the entire dungeon and leave just as they're all about to die. Come on now, that's just plain childish. Instead, communicate reasons for leaving effectively and wish them the best of luck. In short, be the bigger person. Over time, you'll gain a reputation of being a knowledgeable, respectful, great communicator who is an asset rather than a hindrance to your group, and willing to bet that it starts to rub off on other people. Alright guys, these were just a few tips on how to survive pickup groups without wanting to claw your eyes out. Have your own tips? Let me know about them in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you around.